All right. Okay, so to do let's make this a little box UI design. So firstly, this is the analysis, right? How would you make it from scratch? So you need UI view, UI label, UI image view, and a rounded corner, which is a corner radius. So firstly, what you could do is definitely create a brand new Swift file. So for instance, this is going to be June 12th, right? And then period Swift, right? So this is a Swift file. So firstly, it is June 12th, and you want to cast it as UI view controller, right? Right now, it doesn't give you the auto completion. It is because you need to have UI kit right here, and then view deload, and then super view deload. All of these supposed to be very straightforward now, right? Okay. So firstly, you need to create let box one, right, to be UI. It is UI view here actually. So and then for these. All you need to do is simply just to have the IV equals UI view, nice and easy, right? And then return IV here. And in the meanwhile, you do need to create a setup UI, and then right here, view period add subview. Firstly, you add box one into it, right? Good. And then what you need to do is you can create a let box one label one, right? It's going to be UI label. All right. So for these, you can simply have just the UI label just like that. And then box one underscore title or title one. All right. It is going to be UI label as well and a UI label. Um, but I guess maybe right here, this is a title, and then you can change that into maybe description, right? So for just want to make it a bit diverse, so something like that, right? Okay. And by checking it, it also has a what? It also has a image view, right? So logically speaking, what you could do is create let box one underscore image view, right? To be UI image, right? Image view, and then assignment operator. So this is UI image view, UI image view, like that. Good. So this is supposed to be one group here, right? Okay. And then what you need to do is maybe, let's see, let the box one items equals an array. So box one. For this, you can simply just copy and paste, because this is just some repeating works, right? Okay. There we go. And then for item in box one items, right? And then it is actually box one period as subview. You want to add all of the items in here, right? Okay. If you compile the code, it's supposed to be no problem here, right? All of these here. Okay, good. And then whenever it's done, you can define the location stuff here. So firstly, I guess you want to have box one period of frame, or this one can be what? Can be uh the you can also use the auto layout, right? So for instance, this will translate auto resizing mask, and then this one is going to be false, right? Okay. Uh, and therefore um, uh, you can use the what? You can use the auto layout here. And of course, you can also do this right here. So therefore, you can free all of those auto layout here, right? And then for the rest is going to be the auto layout implementation, right? So firstly, box one period, you can set up as a top anchor, right? So therefore, top anchor and then equals to and a constant, right? So this one is going to be top anchor. Top anchor views period the top anchor, right? And then constant. So for instance, is 100 to be true. And then for the rest, you can definitely define is a leading anchor, right? So this is a leading anchor equals to the leading anchor. Usually this is a little bit small, 10. And then you can also turn this into, I guess you can turn that into a height anchor, right? Height anchor. For this, I guess we can simply use some, um, if you want to create like this is not equal side, right? It's equal sided, so therefore I would just probably use maybe 100, maybe 300, maybe 200, right? So therefore later on you can customize it. And then we also have the with anchor, right? So with anchor, but with anchor we want something to be a bit dynamic. So view period with anchor. So we want that to be always 30%. So, and it is active to be true. You have a top leading, so then it's supposed to be okay. And then you can also assign some background color to be UI color, to be a system yellow, right? Okay. Therefore, I guess if you call this, so setup UI, right? Setup UI and then go to the scene delegate. All right, scene delegate, change that into June 2012, right? And then compile the code. So, well, at least you can see some basic UI here, right? So therefore it has these. And for the rest, you need to modify and implement the rest of the UI, like box ones, the locations here, right? Okay. This is one of the example. And then for the rest, okay, there we go. So let's see what is going on. And also you can have the clips to bounce to be true and IV period corner. This is a layer period corner radius to be thin. And therefore it has the rounded corner, right? Okay, so because our initial design is rounded corner, let it round a little bit. And what else in, I guess, probably this is, yes, then you have these. Um, I just added a corner radius, so therefore you'll be seeing, okay, there is a corner radius with rounded corner, right? Okay. And for these, right? And you can also have them with a little initial background color. So for instance, this one can be UI color period, uh, color period, maybe system blue, right? Okay. Um, so therefore, okay. All of these items are from these and that. So all of these here, right? Okay. And I guess you can also give them a little, uh, yeah, why not, right? So for instance, you can definitely this one, right? This one and that. So therefore, you can use of loop iteration to handle all the repeated or repeating job. Therefore, it can be just a bit fun to play, right? But this one actually is you don't want that to be 200 here because it will just will um, fill out every corner rate. So the width, so this one can be maybe 2% around the code. So then you can see their their um their locations or their positions inside it. Okay, but using for loop requires a bit amount of algorithms concept here. Therefore, you probably need to use a different way to handle this. And that is you can use the regular for loop here. And then this one, and less than that, period count, right? And then instead of using this one, you are using this. with I here, right? And then copy this, paste it, right? And then right here, and then right here. And then you can use like maybe I minus one and then to manage their locations here, right? Okay. So for instance, this one you have to have this one here, right? Okay. So and then if I is bigger than zero, and I is less than box period one. I guess it has to be right. Okay. So bigger than that. So and else. Okay. So this is how you define the very initial item, right? Because okay. And for the rest, you can definitely use the what. And then if I is plus one, then I guess you can use now you need to use this one here. Copy this and paste. So this one is going to be the previous one, right? So if it's bigger than one, and then you can use I minus one here. So bottom anchor, right? Bottom anchor. And then top is supposed to be, I guess maybe 10 is good enough, right? And then therefore I need to copy this as well because this is the very first one. So it would just grab the box one, so bottom top. So this one's going to be the top anchor, right? Then you have these, and then you have this and that. I guess if you run this code, oh, you know what? do need to, I need to do this first, right? Okay. I need to do this first. It is because, yes, if I didn't do that, there's no anchor to use, right? So therefore, the logic. Well, I guess it's still working, yes. Okay. Let me run this code. I guess for that part, yeah, oh yeah, makes sense. It's already in runtime, so then it should be okay. But it's a bit better to have this one first and then use the for loop to handle the work. So therefore, you have least amount of code to use, and then you can create better UI here, one, two, three, right? Um, so therefore, if you want to create more details, this is always a um, good choice. And you can also add a leading anchor if you really want. So for instance, I'm going to have this one here, and then the leading anchor now is going to be a box leading anchor, right? Okay. So this one, I need to have this one as well, right? Okay. As you can see, so this is a what? This is a for loop, right? Okay, this is an algorithm. Algorithm uh at UI development here. Okay, development. Okay. Why it is algorithm? It is because it has a sequencing, right? Sequencing, iteration, and a selection. Selection, which is the three principles of algorithm. All right. And in a large scope of application development, you do need to use a lot of algorithm to handle the UI. Um, so, but this requires a certain level amount of algorithm understanding, and therefore you can use this to manage the UI in a better way. All right. Okay. So I'm going to give you the code, and I want you to use this as the sample code, all right? Then I wanted to finish one, two, three of these. All right? Okay. Does this make sense to you, Alex?
Yeah.
Good. All righty, there we go.